Hi everybody, welcome back to LDRS Creative. We're in studio tonight for another fun hour of crafting and card making. Yay! We gotta get the sounds going again, Alan. We used to have sounds. Like he could play like, if some of you remember, he would play like, the applause or I don't know, want, that kind of stuff. And ever since we kind of started working on the studio and redoing it, we don't have any sounds anymore, so I miss those.
I was just making fun of you the whole time.
But that's okay. I miss the intro music, so give us a hands up if you missed the intro music during that 5 minutes of, waiting for us to get started. Anyway, hello to everybody who's coming in here. Thank you all so much. I've been sitting here kind of reading some of your messages, and you guys are making me a little sad actually, because I've been reading that some of you are having an anniversary of of losing your mom, or maybe I think someone said that your mom passed a month ago, and I'm so sorry. And I'm right there with you. Tomorrow is actually the anniversary of my mom passing. She passed away in 2019, so I'm right there with you. Very sad, and we're going to try and boost our spirits with a little bit of crafting today. We're actually going to be working with the With Affection stack and collage stamps. So lots of love and and good touchy-feely stuff there. So let's keep our moms in our hearts tonight as well while we're crafting. So everybody, I see so many people coming in here. My computer froze. Oh, from Kalkaska. Hi, Lori from Kalkaska. And I know I saw a few others coming in from Michigan. Sandy is here. Sandra Yee is here. Margaret Chapman, I know you're in Ohio. Welcome. Linda Higgins, thanks again for the prize last time. You are so welcome. For those of you that don't know, we do a prize at the end of our lives. You do have to be here in order to win, and you need to leave some sort of a comment, even if it's just a hello, pick me, because we only know you're here if you leave a comment there. And so my husband, producer Alan, is going to be drawing somebody's name at the end. So you want to be here for that. Cheryl Estes, hello from Virginia. Cindy Patty, hey Cindy. Tomorrow would have been your mom's birthday. Oh, so, okay, you guys are going to make me sad. All right, we're going to get right into the crafting so that I don't start thinking too much. Hello to Beth Valone and Donna and Angel and everybody who's here. So we're going to go ahead and get into the crafting. We're going to switch the camera. I'm going to show you guys what I practiced with yesterday, and I'm going to change up the colors a little bit and talk about colors a little as well. And we're going to see what happens. I don't know how this is going to turn out, so we'll kind of see what happens. So Anna, let's go ahead and go to the overhead camera, and we're going to get rolling. Okay, so this is what I made yesterday. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. And I'm going to admit as well, this was not my layout. I actually saw a card that was done with this layout, and I really liked it a lot. And again, I didn't have a whole lot of time, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to see what I can do and kind of use that layout and go from there. And I would give credit to whoever did the layout, but I don't remember who it was or where I saw it, but I really liked it. So if you recognize the layout, then know that I used somebody else's layout. And that's okay to do. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, goodness gracious, it's paper. So... but I am featuring right here the With Affection stamps. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show this to you. I have already started to organize some of these, and so you'll see this. This is in our little stamp and die pocket, and then this is part of our oh my goodness, what is it called? The Cling and Store. Where your stamps actually cling to the insert, which is fantastic, so you don't lose them. And then you can also put, and you'll see this too, we have magnet sheets that you can put on as well, so you don't lose your dies. But anyway, this is our With Affection stack and collage 4x6 stamp set. It's perfect for Valentine's Day, which is the card that I'm making is Valentine's card. But if you notice, we've got Happy Valentine's Day here. We've got 214 here. But everything else is just basically about love and hugs and kisses and affection. So this is not a Valentine set, but you can use it for Valentine's Day. So we put a few of those things in there as well. And the whole idea behind the stack and collage is that we've got things in, we've got several different words, single words and fonts and numbers and little icons and definitions, all in different sizes. They're in different fonts, and you can kind of mix and match those. You can create collages starting with things like our ledgers, where it's much more organized, or you can do things that are a little more free form, which is what I did here, where I didn't start with a ledger stamp. One of the ledger stamps is it gives you like lines and boundaries to work in, and it creates a nice little collage of your stamps in a little more of an organized fashion. Kind of gives you guides, which is nice. But anyway, we're going to do free form. And we're going to use this stamp set. This is going to be the feature set. So let me put that in here. I also pulled, so here you can see I have this one labeled already. I also wanted to work, you can see it here, I've got it labeled as tracks and treads. That's the one on the back. This is the way I label them. I have a little, you can use a label maker, or you can just print on your printer and trim, sticky backed paper. But anyway, I have tracks and treads. Whatever goes on the back side is what I put on the bottom line. And so I have my tracks and treads back here. That is the one that I'm going to also use. And then I decided to pull in some flowers, and I went with my winter botanicals, which is on the back here. You can use any flowers that you want with this, anything that you want. The winter ones, and I have the little card in here too. This is something I do if you're looking for storage ideas. This is what the stamp set looks like, but it is a layering stamp set. So you can see this is part of the packaging. I trim it because we show you on the back of the packaging how these layer up. And then I just slide that right in there with my stamps. And I did the same thing with the wildflower stamps. This stamp set is only available on HSN, but the winter botanicals are in our store. And then I wanted some more flowers, so I pulled up my floral silhouettes. Because I was making a tag, and I know this seems like a lot of product, but I was just kind of grabbing. I was just kind of digging through my storage boxes and going, what do I have that I haven't played with in a while, and just kind of grabbing stuff. And I like to do that because I don't only want to play with the new stuff, I always want to pull things in from my stash as well. So here I've got some of my any size tag dies, and you can see I have 2 sets here actually, but and I don't have it labeled yet. But anyway, the any size tags, I used this smallest one here. I love these dies. If you don't have these and you like making tags, I'm telling you, get these. I had this like epiphany one morning because I'd wanted to do tag dies for a long, long time, but I didn't want to do tag dies that everybody was doing. And I didn't want to be stuck with the same size all the time. So I thought, well, what makes one tag different from the other? And it's basically the top or the size. So I thought, what if the size could be cut into any size paper, any size tags. So that's what I did, and that's what we have. So I used those. I'm going to show you how to use that. I didn't use these, but just as I was getting ready, as we were getting ready to go live, I decided I wanted to die cut instead of using my paper trimmer because I didn't write down what my measurements were. And so I thought, well, why am I cutting this paper when I have my topper dies? So I'm going to be using the the stitched layered card toppers. And then I've also grabbed a stencil. You can use any stencil you have. I decided to pull in the dot to dot to get some texture in the background. Now, I know that seems like a lot, but I'm going to show you it's really not. Not as we start playing. It's just fun. So I really liked this color scheme. This color scheme has pink. That's actually tangerine. It's an orange in the background, not yellow. I don't know if it looks yellow on your screen or not. But anyway, I've got a couple shades of pink, and I've got black kind of as the foundation. And but I thought, I don't want to do those colors. And I was like, what colors do I want to do? I don't even know. So if you guys have seen those, the color cubes, I can't remember who they're by, but I do have the color cubes. I absolutely love them. And whenever I'm struggling and I don't know what colors I want to do, I just kind of start browsing through it. And I saw this picture and I thought, this is so beautiful, because I wanted to still have something in pink, but I didn't want the pink and the black, whatever. So I wanted to kind of soften it, and I wanted to bring something else in it. And I thought this was gorgeous. I literally had like 8 or 10 different cards out until I settled on this one. So instead of black, we're going to be using brown. I'm changing, my pinks are slightly different. I still have 2 shades of pink, but I chose 2 slightly different ones. I've got a green, and then I don't really have this camel color, but what I have is our iced tea. So I'm going to bring our iced tea ink pad in here as well. And so let me show you the inks that I decided to pull in. So I've got, the first one is Soft Kisses, and then I've got Kiss Me Red. Okay, so that's my pinks right here, right? Well, I guess it would go like this. All right, so there's my 2 pinks. They're not exact dead on, but they're very close. And then I've got my Hunter Green, which is going to be Evergreen. And then the brown that I have is a little more caramel. Okay, it's not camel, but it's caramel. But it's technically called iced tea. And then for this dark brown, well, I pulled in Coffee Bean. So these are going to be my colors that I'm going to use on this card. And we're going to see how it turns out. So I'm really excited about this. Lori's asking, is that something you can buy, or did you make the color sheet? Alan, do me a favor. Will you do me a favor? Go around the corner over there and get one of those cubes.
Yeah, Angel mentioned it there.
Okay. Yes, from Sarah Renee Clark. Angel, you are correct. So Alan's going to get that for me, and I'll show you what they are, because they really are genius. I absolutely love them, and I do have both. There's 2 different cubes. So we're going to have to zoom out maybe a little bit, but this is what it looks like. This is one of the cubes. Let me move this stuff over. And no, I don't get a commission on this. I don't sell these or anything like that. I just think they're the coolest thing, because I used to go online and search for stuff. So this one is volume 2. I have volume 1 and volume 2. Here it is, Color Cube by Sarah Renee Clark. You can see that is right there. Let's get that in the camera in case anybody wants to see it really well. Okay. But you literally, these are all numbered. All right. So here they are. This is what you do. There's a whole bunch of them. And if you go on the back, they actually have pictures that, and let me zoom in a little on this now. So you can actually see like photographs where they pulled these colors in, and they're all numbered. Okay, so you want to pay attention to that too, only because you want to keep them in order so that you can find things easily. I always wonder which way this goes on. I never do it right. I think it goes this way. Okay, so that is one of my color cubes, and they're totally rockin' cool. Isn't that like the neatest thing? It's pretty doggone big too, if you look at that. I mean, this thing is almost 5, it's about 5 1/4 inches across. All right. So there's that. So this is what we're going to do. And this is my color card. Okay. If you have this and you want to know what card it is, it's number 6. Okay. Or 900 if you turn it over. But no, I'm kidding. It's 6. I'm kidding. Just messing with you. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to move my inks over. We're going to leave this over here. And Alan's laughing at me. I'm going to go ahead and start off by cutting the smallest piece of card. Now, all of my cardstock is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White 110-pound cardstock. Gail, funny. Sorry. Sometimes I forget that not everybody knows me very well either. And I say and do things, and Alan just kind of rolls his eyes. And I'm like, well, you know, how are they going to get to know me if I don't act like myself, right? Okay. All right. So that was just a little fun stuff there. Okay. Oh, did you see these? We're going to have these. These are coming soon, I'm going to tell you. And I know I'm all over the place. It's like squirrel. We're going to have, we're waiting actually for these to be delivered. We have a new collection that is going to be coming out at the end of next month. I think February 22nd is our release date for our new collection, if you want to write that on your calendar. But, oh, thank you, Barbara. You're so sweet. For those of you that wanted additional magnets to go with your glass mats, isn't that pretty? Isn't that beautiful? Such a beautiful little box. We're going to have these available. These are going to be available in stores near you, at LDRScreative.com as well. But yeah, we actually start shipping new product next week to stores. So yay, they will have it in time for the release. Very exciting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this. So this is, I'm going to use the smallest of the 3 dies. And we're going to cut this. I like it when the die is so much smaller than the paper because then I don't have to tape it down. Yes, I am that lazy. Okay. Oops.
Am I doing that or you?
Well, we're going to see if I can do it over here. I'm not going to be lifting my computer or lifting the machine over, but here we go. So here is the one piece. I always bend them back a little bit because they do kind of bend a little. All right, so here's piece number 1, numero uno. All right. And then the next piece, now I'm going to show you how this is. This is what I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to work. So this next piece has a significant amount of space between them, and it's almost a little too much. So you can tell on this card that I have the white piece, and then I have black, and then I have pink. So my plan is to cut this first one with the die, the white, and then I'm going to cut the pink with the next die, and then I'm just going to eyeball the brown that's going to go around it on my paper trimmer. So we're going to see how that works out. If it doesn't work, we will just do it again. Okay, because you know what? It's just, what is it? It's just what? Just what? It's just paper.
Capital?
It's capital. What is that?
Tombstone?
Tombstone? Tombstone. Oh my goodness, tombstone. Who has a husband or a partner or significant other that has, well, you know what, I really shouldn't say this because I am that person as well. I was going to say someone who has a spouse or a significant other or whatever who has like the tendency to watch the same movie over and over and over again. But
That's
then
you.
I know, I just realized that is me. It's not just you. It's me too.
It's barely
Except with me, I watch good movies.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. For me, it's who like what is your favorite kind of movie genre? Let's go with that. Like mine is a rom-com. I absolutely love rom-coms. And then I don't know what you would call like the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. But I absolutely love those as well. You know, they need to bring rom-coms back, a lot more of them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, everybody says rom-coms. Gail, you like mysteries too? You know, I like a good mystery too, as long as it doesn't scare me. I don't want anything that scares me, because then I can't sleep. All right, so look how much space we have between these, which is really, really nice, but for my purposes of this card, I don't want that much space. So I am going to trim this a wee bit. Now this card measures, let me do it over here. This card measures 4 3/4, this piece, 4 3/4 by 3.5. So 4 3/4 by 3.5. Ooh, can I remember that? Here's what I do. 4 3/4 by 3.5, okay? Because I will forget that. As I start crafting, I'll forget it. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to go slightly larger than this. I'm going to go a 1/16 of an inch larger. I'm sorry, an 1/8 of an inch larger. That way it'll be a 1/16 of an inch on all sizes. So an 1/8 of an inch larger. Where's my paper trimmer? So that means instead of 3.5, I want to go an 1/8 of an inch. So that's going to go right here. So I moved it over another 1/8. Let's hope that fits. Yep. And then put this piece aside. Instead of 4 3/4, so I put it, this is my cheat way, I go to 4 3/4 and then I add another 1/8 of an inch. That way I don't have to do the math. Hello, Janet from Ohio. Welcome. Okay. And on camera, this might look like it is black paper, but it is not. It is like chocolate. It is like very dark chocolate. It's so pretty. All right, and then that should, let's see how that's going to lay out here. You know what? It's a little bigger than I want, so I'm going to trim. Now this is where I go, ugh, I could really mess up my paper. And this is where you want a really sharp blade. I'm going to trim a tiny little bit, not even a 1/16 of an inch. We're going to hope I don't really mess up my paper. If I do, I can cut it again. Just a tiny little bit. And the reason I'm doing this is because it was kind of over my stitching a bit, or butting up against the stitching. And I don't need to see that much of it. I just want it to frame the white a little bit. So this is where I get like real, you know, particular. So I still have that little bit of an edge. What, Elin?
Nothing.
What? And now I can see that stitching better on the pink. See how that looks better now? So I'm happy with that. All right, so I'm going to set these two pieces aside. And I'm going to grab my stencil. So this is my dot-to-dot stencil. I love this stencil because they're literally just dots everywhere in different sizes, and it's just easy and fun. So I'm not going to put dots all over this whole thing. I just kind of want the dots to kind of be in the middle and maybe a little bit up here or something. So I'm just going to lay this over it. And I'm going to do, am I going to do soft kisses? I don't know if I'm going to do soft kisses. I didn't do soft kisses last time. I did a light pink. So we're going to mix this up. I'm going to brighten up that. I'm going to actually do the Kiss Me Red and see how that's going to look. Mix up my colors a little bit. Actually, you know what, Alan? I need the red brush. This one is my pink brush.
Where are your brushes?
They're right in that drawer right there.
This one?
Second one down. Okay, see. Red, yep, that's red. Very good, excellent. Look at that, my husband knows his colors.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Although we do this,
I'm so proud of you.
Greens and blues.
So we're going to see how this looks. I hope this card turns out. We'll see. So I'm just going to do a little bit here. I don't want it to be too harsh. Let's get that one. Just do some real faint ones just with that dry kind of brush. There you go. Look how pretty. I think it's pretty. All right, so clear the excess off of the brush. And then I am going to clean this up. I just have water on this cloth. Just get that off of there. Don't have to worry about my glass mat at all. All cleans up off of there. I should point out we are almost out of these glass mats. I do not know if, I haven't decided yet if we're going to restock them. So if you wanted one of these gorgeous glass mats, Alan, do you want to pull out, like zoom out a bit on the camera so people can see what I'm talking about if they're not familiar with it? If you're interested in one of these glass mats, you may want to get it soon, only because we're probably, I don't know that I'm even going to, I don't think we're going to restock it. At this point, I'm not planning on it because we have so many other things coming out. So in case you were wondering, it is large. It is 18 inches by 24 inches. It is a gorgeous mat, as you can see. It is a tempered glass. It has a complete sheet of iron across the entire back of it, making it magnetic. And you not only get 4 of these puck magnets, but you also get a ruler that is magnetic, so has magnets, so it'll stick on there too. So, which I could have used for this, I just didn't. Okay, let's zoom back in. All right, so let's see. This is where we are. All right, I'm going to set these aside still. Let's see, I need to come up with a couple more pieces. So I have this little piece here. And then I need to do a tag also. So let's see, paper trimmer once again. I think I'm going to do about, it's not a very big tag, so maybe 1.5 inches. You know, I don't even know what size I did. Let's see what size I did. Yeah, I think I hit a 2-inch. So, but this is a little more narrow, so I'm going to do 1 3/4 inches. Well, first of all, I'm going to do it at 2 inches, and then I'm going to see how that works. And it's just too big, so I'm going to do 1 3/4 inches. And this is literally how I do it. I just kind of play, see what is going to work. I think that's pretty good. I think if I go smaller, it's just going to be way too small. Is that the size I? Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit smaller because it is more narrow than the card. The white card part is more narrow than what I did the first time. So I do want to make sure that I can see the other elements as I layer them up. So I'm going to trim this down a bit. No particular size. I'm just kind of playing with the sizing of stuff here. So I also need one more strip that is about 3/4 inch maybe. And so this is kind of how I'm going to layer things up. So I'm going to have a piece here. I'm going to have a piece, that's way too long. Let's trim that a little. And see how it goes. I don't care what the measurement is. I just want to see how it's going to layer up. I want to make sure I can still see some of the elements as I do this everywhere. And I think that is going to be pretty good. I'll still see all the colors through, so I can still see little bits of each. That's my goal. Okay? So there's no real science to it. It's just kind of play with it. Now I'm going to grab my little die here. This is from my any size tags. And I'm going to just kind of lay this across and cut this. I can always trim more off the bottom if I make it too long. So I don't care about it being too long. I just want to make sure it's not going to be too short. Okay. So I'm going to set this here. Just kind of get it straight if you can. And I'm going to put this through my die cutting machine real quick. There we go. And it does all the work for you. There you go. Is it straight? No. Do I care? No. If I would have put my head in the camera, I probably would have made it straight. But who wants to see the top of my head? I know I don't. I don't find it that fascinating. Okay. So this is where we are. And I think my tag is maybe a little too long, so I'm going to trim that a bit. And see how it is now. And I think that's pretty good now. So it's literally just kind of eyeballing it. Where do we want things to be? So now we can start inking things. Now for this, I'm going to use just a stamping block. I can set this aside, get that out of the way. I'm going to start with my floral silhouette. And I think I used this one. Now you can use any of these that you want, but I liked this one because it had these little flowers on it too. Now, some of this is going to be covered in the center, so I'm not real concerned about how it looks underneath this tag. So I don't care if it overlaps or if it gets messy in there. Okay? This is where I think I'm going to put, I'm going to put the, what color am I going to put in there? I'm going to put this iced tea color in there. That's what I'm going to do. So I just want to get some of this in here. There you go. Get some of those little flowers there. Remember what I said, we're not going to see the middle of this at all, so I don't really care what it looks like in the middle. I just kind of want to cover this a little bit, get some pretty flowers. There we go. Maybe get one more right there. All right. Now I am going to give this a clean with our Extreme Clean. There we go. Make sure that this is clean when I go to use it the next time. I don't have excess ink on it. I am using a hybrid ink, so it's going to stain my stamp a little bit. I am totally fine with that. I like a hybrid ink because I can just grab it and start inking. It doesn't matter what my project is. It's really a go-to ink for most of your projects. Okay, so here we go. Now I have this piece here, and I think for this one, I'm going to use this brown, which is my coffee bean. So I'm done with these for now. I just needed that one flower. Now I'm going to go to my winter botanicals. And I'm going to start playing with these a little bit. And what do I want to play with in here? I'm going to use this one here to start off with. And I just want to almost create like a little pattern paper, but not a real pattern. Like it's not going to have any particular pattern to it, I guess is my point. I just want to stamp some of these around. Okay? I want to fill the space a little bit, but I'm not trying to create any kind of pattern. I want to leave a little bit of white in some places. I'm probably even going to switch over and grab some things from my other set, the With Affection set. I think I'm going to use this one right here. That looks kind of fun. Don't worry if it's not stamped perfectly. It's not going to matter at all. The brown is really pretty, isn't it? Gosh, it's gorgeous. All right. Now, I could use more of these if I wanted to, but I am actually going to switch over to my With Affection stamps because I have some little stamps in there that I want to pull in as well. So you just kind of want to play and just kind of have fun with what you got. Here they are, With Affection, right here. Let me move this tag over here out of the way. I'm going to grab some of these little icons that I have in here. So I'm going to grab this little X and O, I think. Put them in there. I think that'll be kind of fun. Doesn't have to be the whole thing, right? So those are kind of fun. And you're probably thinking, why are you going to all this trouble when some of it's going to be covered up? It's because I don't know what's going to be covered up yet. I don't know how much of it's going to be covered up. So I'm going to grab this little heart right here. And this is where this is all stacking, collaging, just playing. There's a heart. Put a heart in there. There we go. Just create some fun texture. There we go. Maybe get the bottom of the heart there. All right. Now I think that's going to be enough. Really hope this color combination comes together. You never know. It has to. I mean, it works on the card, right? If it works on this card, it has to work.
Is that the rule?
It has to look good. All right. I'm not adhering all this down yet because I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. I may change my mind. We shall see. I'm wondering if I want that to be red. I don't know if I like how that stands out, how that is up against that brown. I might do that in red. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do it in red on the back. I don't like those two colors up against each other. I don't think they show off very well. So I'm going to do that in red. So this is what happens. I'm going to come back. I'm actually going to... where's my... Here you go.
Which one?
I'm going to do it on the back of it. In the bone folder
Could you
here.
add red over it?
No, I'm not going to put red over it. No, I'm not going to put red over it. But I don't like how those two colors are right next to each other. I don't think that there's enough contrast. So I'm going to pull this floral back out. And I'm thinking, you know, I wonder if I want to do that in pink. Because I'm starting to think I'm not going to like this color in it. No, I'm going to do red. I might even bring a gold in. We'll see. But I'm going to do this piece in red. You don't see a whole lot of it, so that's okay. But I think it'll be a nice pop of color, and then I'll put pink on the top. So this is what you do. You kind of go back, change it up a bit if it's not looking the way you want it to look. That's crafting, right? There we go. There we go. And then come in here a little bit there. And that's okay. That's what we're going to see. Fix that a little bit there. All right. So let's try that. If it doesn't work, I'll do it again in the pink. But I'm hoping this is going to look nice. I think it'll show off better. If we have that there, this then comes in like that, and I think that just shows off a lot better. Don't you think? I think that's pretty. I think that's going to come together nicely. And then we're going to have the colors in here as well. So we're going to go with that. And I'm thinking I'm not going to bring that iced tea into the mix. I think I'm going to stick with, so I'm going to set my iced tea color aside so I don't grab it accidentally. And we're going to change up our combination. We're probably only going to do these 4 colors then, which I think will still be really good. Okay, so now I am going to, where is it? I am going to grab my stamping platform because I'm going to stamp the that little cherub, and I'm probably going to ink it a couple of times. And I want to make sure I get it right, you know, in the exact spot. I'm a little concerned that maybe I didn't clean my stamp after I used it, so I am going to give that a quick clean just to make sure. I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to ink this in brown. I did it in black the first time on my first card. Let me get all that off of there, because you don't want to have that cleaner on there when you ink it. Okay. So I'm going to do this in the brown. Let that soak in. And I'm going to do it again. It's a solid stamp, so sometimes you have to do it more than once. Give it a moment to soak in. Look how pretty. So pretty. Give that a clean. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to start adding other things to this little tag here. All right. And I don't care if they're perfect. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other if these end up being perfect or not. So, let's see. I'm going to go in. I'm going to kind of simulate what I did before. I'm going to go in with a Be Mine underneath. That's small. A little Be Mine. And I'm going to do that in that lighter pink. which is called Soft Kisses. I really like pink and brown together. I think it's so pretty. Just want to let that soak in. There you go, little Be Mine. So cute. Now, one of the things I love about this set, you guys are gonna think this is like so darling. At least I think it is. See these little people? So we have 2 that are male and 2 that are female. So 2 that are in like suits and 2 that are in skirts, I guess, or dresses, whatever you want to call them. And they lean in different directions. So each one, it's either leaning left or leaning right. So whatever your family looks like, whatever your combination is, who, you know, you and your partner, you can choose how you want to put them on here. So I think that's like just darling. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to do this in the red. So I'm choosing this one in red here. Is going to go right here. Look how cute. And then let's get this one. This is the one in the skirt going the other direction. See if I can get them close enough so their hands touch. I may have put her up too high, we'll see. Look how cute! You gotta admit, those are so darling. I just think they're so cute. Okay. So, I gotta bring some of this green in. So let's bring some green. I think I'm gonna go to my Tracks and Treads right here. And see. I'm going to use this one. Actually, I'm going to do the lines. Let's do the lines. Those are kind of cool. Let's see if I can get them on there straight. I'll tell you, that's one thing about photopolymer. It gets a little bendy sometimes. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put green lines at the bottom. That's how we're bringing that green in. That looks so cute. I think I'm going to actually do that across the top up here too, because I think it's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. Look how fun! Now I'm going to do these little arrows here. I love bringing in this texture. I just think it's so cute. So these extra little colors, we don't necessarily have to bring a ton of them in, right? They're just little accent colors. So these are little arrows. In the pink. Because that's just fun. Look how cute. Oops. And then how about I like this sentiment right here. It says you dot me dot love. You, me, love. And that I think I'm going to bring in the brown. So this is, notice we call it stacking collage. So I'm creating a collage and I'm stacking. So I've got the arrows stacked on top of the lines. I've got the B-mine stacked on top of the couple. And then I have the little cherub there as well. So we're stacking and creating this really fun little collage. Now I'm going to stack some more words in the brown. And I like to balance the colors around so that I'm using the colors in more than one place. Look how cute. You, dot me, dot love. It's darling. You gotta admit, that's just darling. Love it. Okay, I'm going to put this one back. And then, love you so much. I like that one. I want something to go kind of up the side a little bit as well. Now I did this in, I don't necessarily want to bring red. I like that pop of red right there. I mean, if you remember, I have the red here now, so I don't want to bring a lot, much more red in there. But I feel like it needs a little, still a little more brown or something. And we have these words in different sizes. Some of them are quite small, and it's so we can squeeze them in little areas, little spaces. So this is going to go right on the edge here. Love you so much. I have yet to have somebody say that they don't think this is like the coolest technique. And I just think it is like totally very cool. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, let me see. I have little tiny hearts right here. There's a teeny tiny little heart in my tracks and treads. These tracks and treads are amazing. We've got another tracks and treads, another kind of tracks and treads coming out in the next collection. I mean, we're adding to the stacking collage like crazy, just having so much fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to grab my lighter pink now, Soft Kisses, and I'm going to put some of these little hearts. Let's put one there, and put one here. Isn't it just darling? There. Let's go there. So cute. I know I keep saying that, but what else can I say? And then I'm going to bring just a little bit of the red in there. Just a tiny, tiny bit. I know I said I wasn't going to bring any more red in, but I want a little red heart. I just had to do it. So cute.
Couldn't help yourself, huh?
Couldn't help myself. Nope.
Yep.
Could not do it. And then from here, I'm wondering, see, this is where I start saying, oh, should I be done? Is there room for anything else? But I'm just going to see. I think if I put these lips on here, it's going to be too much. But I do like that little ring. The XOXO, I think, is just going to be too big. See, this particular tag is smaller than the other tag that I did. See, I just think that's going to ruin it if I put that there. I think that's too much. Those lips are that kiss. It's a kiss. Isn't it cute? Yeah, I'm going to leave it. I think it's going to have to be done. I think it's just too much if I keep going. So I'm going to leave it. That's also where I land, where I start going, ugh, try this, try that, nothing else is going to fit. And that's when you go, you know what, it's enough. Enough already. Okay, so I do want to put the little Valentine piece on here. Something that says this is for Valentine's Day. That's where this is going to lay here. And then my tag is going to come in like so. Let me raise this up a little. Because I want to get this 214 in. I want that to come in here. So I think it's really cool looking, really pretty. All right. I got to move this back here. I got to make sure this is straight. Sorry, I'm trying not to get my head in the camera. All right, so I'm going to press that down, pick that up, and then move everything else off. And now I'm going to do this again in coffee bean. It's a big solid surface, so I'm going to do it a second time. There we go, looks gorgeous. Okay, so now it's time to get this assembled. So let's see how we did. First of all, we're going to put the card topper on the chocolate brown. Be very careful with this so I get this on here right. There we go. Pretty good. And then next, that goes on the pink. You can kind of gauge, like I'm looking left to right and making sure that I have the same distance from the stitching underneath it that I have from left to right. Okay, there we go. It looks good. Next up, oh, I forgot, I have one more little tag that I have to do with this too. So these two pieces are going to go here. You know, something I'm going to do real quick, I want to trim these edges just with the ink. So this is the brown ink so that they have nice dark finished edges on them like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the red. And that's going to make those edges stand out, instead of blending in with whatever they're up against. Like if it's white against white, now it won't look white against white. So that brown edge looks finished and trimmed. Just want to make sure it's straight. I am going to put foam behind this piece. All right, so that's going to look like that. I don't think I'm going to adhere that down yet. So we have to deal with this piece right here. But I have one more little tag that I need to do. And I think it's going to be a pink one. So, oh, Alan, you're going to have to get a little hole punch for me, my dear.
Right.
Why?
Oh, I thought I like had to buy you one for.
Nope, top drawer right there.
Here.
Nope, one over. Yep, that drawer right there. There's a little hole punch. Get the one that has the teeniest, tiniest. Looks like just like a little pinpoint. Forgot that I was going to need that. Yep, that is the one right there. All right. So I'm going to, where is my, what am I missing? Where did I put my block? Did I put it away? It's right here. Here's my block. So, you are my world. Or maybe I'll do forever and ever this time. That's what I'll ink. Forever and ever. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this with my stamping platform. Because I want to make sure that I get this right. And I'm going to ink it right on this pink. This is just some extra pink that I had. Forever and ever. Is that going to be too big? Ooh, that one's kind of thick. I could do love your guts.
Hey.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to do better together, only because it's smaller. And this is kind of small. This tag is smaller. So I'm going to do better together. There we go. And I'm going to ink this in the brown. Let me get that out of my way. There you go. Thank you, Stephanie. She said, nice assortment of stamps. Am I using the right color? Yeah. Better together. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so we're going to put this one away. Better together. Now, if you're liking this technique, keep in mind we have these stack and collage sets for all kinds of, you know, themes like seasons, occasions, all that kind of stuff. So the really cool thing about it too is that you can pull, you know, between them. And use some from each of them and kind of mix and match them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Should have trimmed that down a little bit. It might be a little too thick. Uh-oh. We're going to see how, I don't think I can do that. Let's see. There's nothing to grab on. I hate it when I don't trim things exactly as I want them. Oh well.
Scissors?
I could, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go. I wish I would I should have trimmed a little bit underneath it because it looks a little too thick to me, but it'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put the little hole in here. What way does it go? Goofball. There you go. Not quite centered. Hard to see when I can't get my head over it.
Well, take it out of the picture then.
Yeah. I am going to ink the edges of this a little bit. Just to, it'll kind of cover up some of that extra a little bit maybe. Get a little bit dirty. There we go. Little age. Okay. And then last, I'm actually going to ink the edges of this in the pink. And bring some of that over it. Because I think it looks kind of cool. Bring some age over it. Looks nice. Okay, last, let's see what we have. Just some little string. I think it's American Crafts string. I love these skinny little strings. I think they're so cute. So, let's see. Make this nice and easy. My old eyes can see and put that through there. Nothing like trying to thread a needle on camera. There we go. Okay. Got it. All right, so I just want to do a really gentle little bow. But first, so that I make it manageable, this is why, another reason why I like the skinny little strings, I'm going to do a knot, and it's not going to make it really bulky. But that way, I don't have to worry about it. If it comes undone, it's not going to come off my card, you know, or any of that junk. So now just a teeny tiny little bow. It's funny, you don't realize how big your fingers are until you start trying to do this. Look how cute. And I like leaving the little pieces like that too. Yeah, kind of covers up a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so from here, I need a little more of that foam to put on the back. Just kind of like right in the middle. A couple little pieces. That's going to be too thick. There we go. And then any excess little pieces that you have, just stick on the side of your foam roll. And now I'm going to lay this out and see where we're going to land. So okay. So I'm going to piece this together first on the red. And I'm going to go slightly off to the side, maybe. I'm not going to press this down real hard yet because I don't know where I want it to go. I know I want the tag to be kind of in the center. That looks good. So I'm going to press that down. You could always put a little bit of, you know, liquid adhesive on your foam also if you're not sure where you want your placement, because that gives you a little more time to place things. I'm just trying to center this kind of left to right a little bit. And I think that's pretty good. There we go. Now the last thing I need to do then is put this on a card base, and I think this one's gonna look really great just like that. Look how cute. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, there you go. Right in the center. And then this will go on my card base. I have it centered. I think it's centered. I'm looking in the camera. And I think it looks pretty good. There you go. We have that little pop of green in there, which I think is just darling. And so here's the first one that I did, version 1. So you can definitely see that this is brown now when you see it by itself. But this one has that orange. It's actually, that's the, believe it or not, it's the Tangerine Dream. It's orangey. It might look like yellow on your screen. But I had the like 2 softer pinks and that Tangerine Dream and then the black. And then this one we moved more into the red with the brown, that little touch of green there. I think it's really pretty. And that came from this card right here. And I actually think it came out really nice. Just that little hint of green. We didn't need a whole lot of it. I think if we had added a lot more green to it, I think we would have started going a little more into Christmas. But by just having that little touch of green, it's like having the little leaves with those big, beautiful flowers, you know, against that wood. I just think it's gorgeous. So I think that's a really great color inspiration for that. And I really love how it turned out. I really do. I think it's really pretty. I'm very happy with that. Boy, I hope you guys like that. I think that's pretty cool. I like it. Let's move this down. There you go. There you go. Wow. I'm so happy. All right, let's go ahead. Awesome. Well, I seriously am very happy. You know, sometimes I get a little nervous when I don't know how something is going to work out. But I think that color combination worked out really nicely. So, yeah, if you guys don't have those color cubes yet, I mean, seriously, wouldn't you just love to have, I want the flowers.
What are you saying?
I want the flowers. Yeah, somebody used to buy me flowers.
If you're nice, maybe.
I think there's a song about that. Something about not bringing me flowers anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's right.
All right, so if you remember, I said something about us doing a giveaway. Yay! So we're going to do a giveaway. What is that giveaway going to be? The giveaway is going to be, if you recall, I used the Tracks and Treads stamps. So that's what today's giveaway is going to be, is the Tracks and Treads. I always give away something from the project that I made. And so today it's going to be Tracks and Treads. So if you want the Tracks and Treads stamp set, then please get your comment out there. Raise your hand, hands up, get all excited and say, pick me, pick me, pick me. And Alan is going to pick a name. Come on, Mr. Hunt.
Brenda Tatchell.
Brenda Tatchell. Brenda, you are tonight's winner. You have won the Tracks and Treads stamp set. So Brenda, congratulations. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I need you, please, to send your complete name and mailing address to customer service at ldrscreative.com, and we will get your Tracks and Treads stamp set out to you in the mail tomorrow. Yay, congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us tonight. We so appreciate you guys. Lots of fun. We really enjoy doing this, so it has been an absolute pleasure. Remember the card? Yay. I would love, if you guys are going to make this, make your own, I'd love to see your version. I'd love to see it. Share your projects with us, please. In our Facebook group, you can share on Instagram and tag us as well. We'd love, love, love to see your projects. If you would do us a favor, please, and I would love it if you would click the like on this video. It'd be great also if you're not subscribing, if you did subscribe on YouTube for us. That way you'll be notified like as soon as we go live. That would be fantastic. That way you guys know just like that. All right, that is all we have for this evening. I wish you all a fantastic night. Have a great weekend, and we will be back this time next Thursday. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.